Tim, firstly, it's great to have you back in Dundee. How are things with you? And it must be good to be back in Dundee again.
Yeah, fantastic. I always love it when I come back here. It was great to see the match last weekend, getting 3 points at St. Johnstone. Hopefully another 3 points this weekend.
You must have really enjoyed the match on Saturday, going to St. Johnstone, which is a hard place to go, and to get the win.
Yeah, I love going to all the different stadiums here and see different experiences, see different fan bases. Our away fans were fantastic. I thought that was the highlight of that game, besides the 3 points, was watching our fans and the excitement that they bring to every game we have.
With 3 games left to go before the split, we're currently sitting in 6th position. You must be really pleased with how the team's doing, especially after coming up from the Championship last season.
Yeah, I think it's a tribute to Tony and obviously the players and the whole staff. I think when we started, last year after winning the championship, I think we had 3 players under contract, and to build a squad like this, to be, pushing the door on 6th place, a top 6 would be a fantastic result. So yeah, very pleased with Tony, everything he's done, everything that the players have done, and the whole staff.
You mentioned that, Tony came in with only 3 players, but the recruitment's been really good. That must really please you, seeing the amount of different players that have come in and how well they've adapted under Tony. Yeah,
it's been great. I mean, all the loan players we've brought in meshed really well with the existing players we've had, from the academy players who have come up to the players that have been here the last couple of years. I mean, I think it's once again a testament to Tony and what he's done to bring the team together, and how well our captains have led, how well the guys have come together. I just love seeing that happen.
As well as having the new players come in, as you mentioned, we've had players like Lyle Cameron and Josh Mulligan who've come through the club's academy. It shows you how important the academy is to the club, isn't it?
Yeah, extremely important. I mean, when John and I bought the club 10 years ago, one of our main emphasis was going to be on building the academy, and I think we got, probably a bare cupboard, so to speak, given what had happened before we got here. But Lyle, I think, and Josh were sort of the first class. We came through with Finn, and to see them now regular minutes on the team, huge contributors to now the success we've had in the future, I think is just fantastic.
Obviously, doing well draws attention to your club and players and manager. The Dundee fans will be desperate to keep these players on board, but we're in a good position, aren't we, with so many of the players under contract at the moment? Yeah,
I think we've got the majority of the squad under contract for next year. I think we're already looking at what the squad will look like next year. I think we'll just enhance on the group we have. We'll obviously bring in some new players that'll make the team even better, I think, and that's already underway. But the core players will be here, will come back, and I think will just lead us on to better things next year.
One difficulty this season has been the pitch at Dens, which has seen some matches postponed. What have the club been doing to address the issues of the pitch at Dens?
Well, I think it's always hard to fight Mother Nature. So when I think John told me they had 4 named storms this year, I mean, there's not a lot we can do in some circumstances, but I think we've done everything we can. We've brought in a lot of consultants to help with the pitch. We've brought in everything we can possibly do to make the pitch playable. Sometimes you make it playable, sometimes you don't, but it hasn't been from a lack of effort. But it also, I think, leads to the need for a new stadium. And, with a pitch as old as ours, there's only so much you can do. And if we can keep moving down the path with the new stadium, I think the current issues won't be as relevant.
You mentioned that there, the new stadium. It really shows the need for the new stadium, doesn't it? And you must be pleased to see where we are at the moment at the planning application process of the stadium.
Yeah, very pleased. I mean, it's been a long road to get here, taken longer than we anticipated, but we have our hearing in August. From everything I've heard from all the different consultants we've hired and all the different feedback we've got from different authorities, everyone seems to be very positive and in favor of the stadium.
We've received the support of different statutory consultees. That's a big boost to the stadium, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's tribute to all the work that was put in to really educate everybody, get them all involved, show them the benefits of the new stadium, not just to the football club, but to the entire city of Dundee. So I think if we can keep going along those lines, it'll be a great thing for the whole city.
What difference will the new stadium make to Dundee Football Club?
I think it'll make a huge difference. I mean, we have a historic park right now at Dens, but it's an old park. I mean, it was built with Queen Victoria was on the throne So for the club to move forward, we really need a new stadium. And I think it'll bring so many benefits from the club, from a revenue enhancement standpoint, to the fan experience.
So as well as it benefiting Dundee Football Club, the stadium will benefit the city of Dundee too, won't it? We've seen the development of the V&A, and this will really add to the city of Dundee, won't it?
Yeah, I think it'll be another crown jewel, if you will, in the city's development. I mean, it's not just a football stadium, it's a hotel, it's a number of different attributes which just add to the overall betterment of the city, and it'll be one of the biggest development projects in the history of the city when it's all said and done. So it'll bring jobs, it'll bring new things that'll just enhance the city's long-term benefit.
A lot of Dundee supporters see the need of the new stadium, but there is apprehension, obviously, of moving away from Dens. Do you understand that apprehension?
Sure. I mean, once again, you have a historic stadium that people have been around for literally over a century, and so I can see the natural attachment to it. But from what I've heard and seen is that a majority of our fans want to move forward. I think they understand the necessity for the club to move forward. We need the new stadium. And I think once they get in there, they'll see the benefits of what a new stadium can bring to the club and to the city, as we've talked about.
The big question that everyone's been asking is, when are you hoping to see Dundee Football Club kick a ball in the new stadium?
Well, as soon as possible, I think, is what we're working on. You know, once we get the city permission, hopefully in August, then it'll be the next step in the process, and we'll just keep pushing forward until we get it built.
At the start of the year, the club announced a strategic partnership with ALK and Burnley Football Club. What does that mean for Dundee FC, and how will it help the club here?
Yeah, it's been fantastic working with the Burnley guys. We were with them all week. We were down at their game on Tuesday. We've had ongoing conversations. They've obviously been a huge help to us. You know, the 3 players we have in from them right now, we're working with them on next year in terms of scouting, and they have systems that are much further evolved than ours are. And so to be able to identify key players, bring in key players, I think will be a great benefit to the club.
When you sit here, it's been over 10 years now since you and John came on board. You see the facilities we've got here at Gardyne. We've got plans for the new stadium, new training centre. You must be really proud how far the club's come in that time.
Yeah, extremely proud. I mean, it's a tribute to, as I said before, to John and all the work he's done here. He's been a great partner for our family during the 10 years that we've been the owners. I think when we took over, the club was a great historic club, but it had not been properly run the past decade or so, and I think we hopefully brought some stability to the club. And to see the growth over the last 10 years, I think has been fantastic. We talked about the academy, how much that's grown, how much that's added to the players, the new facility here, the new training center, the new stadium when that comes on board. So hopefully in the next 3 to 4 years, it'll be a new transformation again, which will be fantastic for the club.
Season tickets went on sale this week. You'll be asking the Dundee supporters to make the most of the super early bird deal and buy their season tickets for next season.
Yes, we have loved the support we've gotten from our fans the whole decade we've been here. Once again, all we can do is ask the fans to keep supporting us like they've had. I think it's been a great relationship with them over the years. I think it's a great marriage.
And just lastly, what would your message be for the Dundee supporters going forward, rest of this season and then into next season?
First message would be buy season tickets. Second message would be thank you for the support. It's been tremendous. The support we've had, as I said, over a decade has been great. So the more season tickets we have, the more high quality product we can put on the pitch, the more we can offer, and I think it becomes a symbiotic relationship. The more they support us, the more we can support them, and it's better for everybody going forward.